what he had to give them, and he gave it today. 8 strong innings, shutout innings. He only gave up 5 hits, 13 Ks. Threw quite a bit of pitches, but I mean, he battled himself through some early stuff early in that game. They're going to turn it over to the big boy now, though, Andrew Magno. What a season he's been having. 25th time out there this year, 3-3 record, 2.40 with the ERA at 9 saves. He's going for number 10 today. 41 and third innings pitched. He struck out 49 and only walked 23, and opponents only hit 218 against him. Talking about this between innings. This will probably be it for him for the weekend, so don't need to worry about leaving anything out there for Game 3. Get yourself a save here.
They needed innings. They needed dominance. Lonsway, 8 innings, 5 hits, no runs. A career-high 13 strikeouts, the most by a Buckeye pitcher this year. He walked 1, he hit a batter, he threw 123 pitches, 84 were strikes. Shea Sabranti, who entered in the 7th inning defensively to play first base, leads it off. Left-hander versus left-hand batter. First one of the ninth from Magno, in there at the knees, a called strike. Magno has been filthy with a capital F. 9 saves, as Bob said, including last night, 45 pitches. He struck out 5 in 2 2/3 innings. The pitch. Fastball stays up, and it's 1-1.
He has turned into the 2019 version of Seth Kinker. I mean, they have brought him in for, traditionally a lot of times you just want to give a guy an inning. Magna's been, inning and 2/3. He's thrown 3, he's thrown 4 inning saves.
He 1-1 to Sabranti, and it's pulled foul up the line at first base, 1-2.
Just an overpowering fastball for a guy who's not that big. He's only about 5'10". Big time breaking pitch. It's got so much bite to it. And he'll get a lot of swings on that fastball up in the zone. It's actually up and out of the zone. Guys will swing right through it.
Ahead ball at 2 strikes to Sabranti. Lined into center field, a solid base hit for Penn State's leadoff batter here in the 9th. And he'll get Hippenhammer to the plate. He's been on 3 times, 2 for 2 with a walk. Hit number 6 for Penn State. Tying run, strolls to the plate.
Sometimes we've seen that from Magno. He did that in Minnesota early last week where he just throws that get-me-over curve instead of that one that's got that hard bite to it. Kind of laid that one in there just a little bit.
Magno, the junior from Dublin, Ohio, Scioto High School, from the stretch to Hippenhammer. Batting right, the switch hitter takes it low, ball 1. Center fielder Winan, a few paces towards right. The infield ready for a ground ball. The 1-0, Hippenhammer takes at the knees, a called strike, and it's 1-1. Buckeyes scored 2 in the 7th on a 1-out double by Matt Carpenter. That's the scoring in this game. Magno's 1-1 to Hippenhammer. And it looked good, but apparently down. 2 balls and a strike. The left-hander stretches, left of the neck, and now the 2-1 pitch. Line drive, center field. Winan won't get there. It falls for a hit, and the first 2 have reached for Penn State here in the 9th inning. Hippenhammer with a single towards right center. And now the go-ahead run walks to the plate, and Ryan Sloniger with first and second and nobody out.
Ball doesn't seem to be popping near as much as we've seen from Magno in the past. He's thrown a lot. He threw those 7 innings Minnesota last week. He got a midweek inning in that save against Wright State. Obviously the 45 pitches yesterday, and now today 4 times in the last week. That'll catch up to guys sometimes. Something doesn't seem to have as much juice to it as we're used to seeing from him.
We're going to need a pinch runner at second base, not for the tying run at first, but for the lead runner at second. A pinch runner for Penn State. And I thought,
for Penn State, now running at second base, 19, Austin Riggins.
Austin Riggins, wearing 19 and not 15, is the pinch runner. So Riggins has changed numbers, and it's the pinch runner Austin Riggins out at second base. Top of the 9th, first 2 on for Penn State. Riggins is at second, Hippenhammer's at first. The latter is the tying run, and Sloniger 1 for 3. Bunt situation here, right, Bob?
Without a doubt. You can mark this one down. He is putting this one on the ground for sure.
The left-handed batting senior from the junior lefty Magno. The pitch. Sloniger squares and bunts back to the mound. Magno fields, looks at third. No play there. Throws to first. Sacrifice goes 1-3. Now the tying run's at second with a runner at third as well and one gone.
Not a great bunt when it came off. You got the feeling that Magno was going to try to go to third. Riggins got a good jump on the play there. Again, Magno's very similar to Lonsway. A lot of guys just are not able to strike their way out of innings, and these two can do that. Certainly don't want to put the go-ahead run on first base right here. He does have it open, but he'll be looking for a strikeout.
Conlon Hughes, the right-handed batting senior shortstop. Tying runs at second. Magno's pitch. Breaking ball low and in. Ball one.
Riggins at third means absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters is that guy on second base. That's why Ohio State is playing back. They will take an out for a run for sure.
1 out, 9th inning, 2-0 Ohio State. Magno's ball one pitch to Hughes. Inside corner called a strike, and it's 1-1. Nadeau, who entered in the 7th inning in left field, is the man on deck. He's not hit yet. The lead runner at third is Riggins. The tying run, Hippenhammer at second. Magno ready. The 1-1 on the way. And just low. 2-1. Penn State threatened with 2 on left in the 7th inning. They've stranded 7 of the game. Tying runs in scoring position. The 2-1 to Hughes. Foul back, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on senior shortstop Connor Hughes. Again, Winan shading towards right here for the right-handed batter. Infield is back with 1 out, and the 2-2 from Magno, and Hughes takes high, and it's ball 3. Full count on Conlon Hughes, senior out of Holly Springs, North Carolina. Magno sets with 1 out, the 3-2 to the shortstop of the Lions, and ball 4. Borderline pitch that apparently missed away, and they're loaded with 1 man out for Nadeau. And nobody warming in the Ohio State pen. This is Magno's ball game. So a 1 out walk loads him for Nadeau. His first at bat of the game. He was 2 out of 4 yesterday. He's a junior left-handed batter. He came into yesterday batting .158, but had the 2 hits, and now time called. And Dan DeLucia, serving as the acting pitching coach for Mike Stafford, is heading out for the third base dugout. Stafford, of course, if you're just joining us on medical leave this weekend before Buckeyes trip to Purdue. And now Rob Cooper is going to call time from his first base side dugout and pull everybody over towards the first base coach's box. Chess match continues here in the 9th.
This is the new thing, having the team meetings, the John Anderson style meetings. DeLucia's out there, and just again, one of those things. Magno knows what he needs to do. DeLucia's one of those guys, a calming presence, just kind of getting out there and discussing everything, realizing that clearly we don't want the guy on second to score, but we got to do whatever we can to make sure the guy on first doesn't score either. So,
Bob, you remember that 1-2-3 double play in Minneapolis?
Boy, would it be a nice time for that again.
Just checking.
The old chopper.
Nadeau stepping in. Lefty on lefty here. Nadeau batting .190. A homer, 6 knocked in. Penn State looking for at least the tie. The go-ahead run now at first. They're loaded up. And Magno in a 2-0 lead from the stretch. First pitch. Nadeau swings and fouls it back, and he was swinging for a grand slam there. He's down a strike.
And for a guy hitting in the 100s, he certainly was trying to make this a 4-2 game pretty quick.
Chris Kramer is on deck. He wears the golden sombrero. But Nadeau, the batter here, a double play would end it. The infield's back, the outfield pretty much straight up with Winan this time cheating towards left the opposite way. The 0-1. Nadeau takes a breaking ball that bites away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leadoff single by Shabranti. Pinch run 4 with Riggins now at third. Hippenhammer singled as well. He's at second. A sacrifice by Sloniger and a walk to Hughes. He's at first. The 1-1. Swing late and a miss. Good old-fashioned hardball there, and Magno gets ahead 1-2.
That's the thing for, Magno needs to realize that these guys are going to have a hard time hitting their way to a win. The worst thing he can do is walk anybody else. Good job going right at him right there.
Count advantage, lefty on lefty. Sacks full for Penn State, 1 out. The 1-2, Tornado. Got him, swing and a miss, struck him out, 2 gone. Buckeye pitchers have struck out 14. By the way, there are 30 strikeouts for the year remaining, away from a new school record. And Kramer, who is 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, bats for the 5th time here today with a sacks full, 2 away. He bats right, he's a sophomore, and Magno, the left-hander, ready to go to work. The stretch, and the first pitch to Chris Kramer. Foul back, strike 1.
That one looked like it had a little more on it than the previous ones.
Boy, this stadium has had more energetic life today than we've seen a lot of the season, and the fans are into it. 3 on, 2 out, a strike on Kramer. Magno sets, and time called by the batter. Setting the scene with Riggins at third, out at second, Hippenhammer, and over at first, Hughes. Magno ahead of strike on Kramer. He sets and pitches. Fouled again, 0-2. Kramer's had a couple nice cuts.
He really has for a guy with 4 strikeouts. Ohio State, unfortunately for Kramer, would like to make it 5, though.
Now on this senior day, the fans stand.
Be surprised if he doesn't try to go with that chase high fastball. He's gotten out of a lot of jams with that this year.
2 strikes, 3 on, 2 out. Magno pitches to Kramer. Breaking ball, struck him out swinging. Magno with a fist pump to the left of the mound. And the Penn State Nittany Lions leave him loaded. The Buckeyes blank the Penn State Ball Club in Game 1.